Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang berbahagia Datuk Dr. Zainal Abidin Haji Kasim, Rektor Universiti Teknologi Petronas, yang berhormat Wakil Kerajaan Negeri Perak, para ahli akademik Universiti Petronas, dev-dev kehormat, penuntut-penuntut, ibu bapa seterusnya, hadirin sekalian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, dan salam sejahtera kepada hadirin sekalian. Terlebih dahulu saya ucap banyak terima kasih kepada Universiti Teknologi Petronas yang telah sudi jemput saya untuk mengadakan public lecture di universiti sekali lagi. I've been given the subject of entitled Beyond Vision 2020. Vision 2020 pun belum sampai lagi, tapi kita nak cakap berkenaan dengan selepas Vision 2020. I remember very well when I launched Vision 2020 in 1991. That was a little bit late. It should have been launched in 1990, which would mean that after 30 years we would reach 2020, and then of course we should accomplish or we should be able to attain the objectives of Vision 2020. We said that what we want to be in 2020 is a developed country. To be a developed country in our own mold, dalam acuan kita sendiri. And we also specified that we would not be just focused on economic progress, but also maintain our social and cultural characters. Vision 2020 was launched 30 years before the date 2020. And of course, in 1991, we could not possibly project the kind of environment, persekitaran, which will be found in 2020. But not knowing that did not deter us from having this grand ambition to become a fully developed country, irrespective of what will happen in the environment. Now we are going to see beyond 2020. And of course we do not know what the environment, the world environment will be like beyond 2020. We know that in our progress towards 2020, the world has changed. The world has changed radically almost from what we knew in 1990. We see now the world becoming not only smaller and becoming what people call a global village. We also see new ideas and new approaches in the field of politics, economics, the sciences and technology. Things have changed radically almost, because now we see people talking about the borderless world. We see people talking about the right of some powerful countries to effect changes in governments of other countries, violently in some cases, as in the case of Iraq. powerful countries believe they have a right to change the governments of other countries so as to see that those governments react positively towards them. And for this we see them actually launching wars in order to change government, what they call regime change. We did not anticipate this in 1990, 1991. But today it is a fact that powerful countries no longer respect the neutrality or the independence of other countries. We also see that the economy of the world is very closely related. What happens to one country will have an effect on the rest of the world, especially if that country is a very powerful country with a very big economy. We are also seeing a shift in the centers of economic development, where before we believe that the economy will always be developed in the West with the rest of the world following. Today we are seeing a shift from the West to the East and the emergence of countries like China, India, and of course Japan and Korea. The shift to the East is very palpable. It is already affecting us. We also see the emergence of a lot of greedy people, crooks, who have destroyed the economy of the most powerful nation in the world, the United States, through their abuses of the financial system. And that has resulted in the current crisis, which of course affects us as much as it affects other countries. So we are seeing something that in 1990 we did not foresee. So if today we are going to see beyond 2020, we have to appreciate that our projection, what we imagine would happen after 2020 would not be accurate. It would not be what we expect it to be. It will not even be what we plan it to be. Because whatever we plan for our country will be affected by what happens in other countries. As you know, today we are feeling the effect of the currency crisis. Whereas in 1998, 97, 98, the problem was the devaluation of our ringgit, and that made us poor. I mean, it is possible for a few people to impoverish whole countries, and yet they are not regarded as having done anything wrong. They claim that this is the market forces working. But now what we are seeing is slightly different. We are not